everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I just got some stuff done today, and I also took a moment to air out the house, open the front door, let some fresh air in, because everybody knows that winter is on the way. So, fall is here, but fall will soon be turning into winter and it's going to get cold. So, just taking a moment to let some fresh air in, let the sunshine in, clear out the energy. And then it's time to react to Chantal. So Chantal did a live stream earlier today that went on for a little over 2 hours. Did she do some Foodie content during the stream? Yes, she did. Am I going to zip past that really quick? Yes, I am, because I'm not really fond when she tries to include the Foodie content in with her live stream. She spent some of the live stream talking about her plans for moving, when she was going to be moving. She also mentioned an Amazon wish list, although it really doesn't make sense to have an Amazon wish list if you don't have an address yet. And also if you're moving someplace, but you don't know exactly what you're going to need when you get there. So she's still continuing the grift, still talking about what she needs for an apartment when she doesn't even have an apartment. Also, I think part of the problem of what's taking Foodie so long in finding an apartment is she's looking at high-end luxury apartments. I have heard through the grapevine that she's looking for places that run between $2,200 to $2,300 a month. Foodie, you don't need a luxury apartment. You really don't. Because even if you have a luxury apartment, it's not going to stay that way for long. Best to get something much more basic that you really can't screw up too much. So yeah, that's what's going on. We also have some Twitter peeps to go over. So how about we get started with that? You guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps, and we are all set and ready to go today. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you that are not on Twitter, this is how you can keep up with the stuff related to Chantal and even stuff not related to her by watching the Twitter peeps. There's some fun stuff in here too, such as this post courtesy of The Vegan. The Vegan says, this pit bull got the neighbor's dog pregnant. His girlfriend gave birth, but he refuses to be the father and does not want to take responsibility. Shame on him. So the pit bull daddy is like, it's not mine. I swear it's not mine. I am not responsible. I didn't do that. Look, it doesn't even look like me. Dog's like, I don't claim it. I am not the father. I swear. You can't pin that on me. That's funny. Butenbegan says, stop drinking my house. So this turtle's like, what are you doing? I live here. Stop drinking my house. Cat's like, it tastes pretty good though. I like the taste of your house. I wouldn't be doing that if I were the cat. I mean, what if the turtle gets a hold of the tongue? Would that give a whole new meaning to the term cat got your tongue, or rather turtle got your tongue? All right, so on to Enigma 2025 saying, where are these things being shipped to? Sassy Cat says, PSA, Foodie Beauty announced she'll be grifting tomorrow. Quote, not scamming, but grifting for things for her bedroom. She has looked on Amazon for bedroom things and has set her goal to $1,700 to supply said things. Y'all know I got something to say about that, right? We're not even going to mention the fact that she doesn't even know where she's going to end up. So until she gets there, does it make sense to grift that much money? No. Also, you don't need $1,700 to fill up your bedroom. You can easily get a cheap dresser, a cheap bed, table at Goodwill or Salvation Army. Or you could have stuff delivered for a lot cheaper than that. I mean, how much time does Foodie really spend in the bedroom anyway? What exactly does she need? She needs a bed, but that's not that expensive. Like a couple $100, Amazon. You can get like a bed in a bag. A dresser? Does she really need a dresser? She throws her clothes on the floor. Maybe a nightstand? That's easy. That's cheap. You can get one at the dollar store. I mean, what does she need exactly? And why have an Amazon wish list if you don't have a freaking address? Weirdo. Crochet with Ashmay says Chantal claims that she put the word bees in the title. The video or stream gets demonetized. So finally, YouTube is caught on to the word bees. I remember back in the day when Chantal used to put the other word, the other B word in her title to, get attention from the feedies, the BINGE word. But then when YouTube, they had their policy set to where you could not advertise that kind of content, that's when she came up with the word bees to replace the other word. And now YouTube is saying bees is not a good word to use. So she can't say bees in the title anymore. It took YouTube long enough to catch on to what she was doing. Good for them. Fat Cal says, I'm personally of the opinion that Foodie Beauty will be traveling to Canada earlier than end of October. There'd be no way she'd miss Halloween. I actually agree with you, Fat Cal, because from a financial perspective, it doesn't make sense. October, November, and December are the highest paying months of the year for YouTubers. And Chantal likes money. So why would she leave at the end of October? Because if she left at the end of October, that means she'd only get the high paying revenue for November and December. She'd be missing out on an entire month. And that's a lot of money for her. A lot of potential money. So why would she leave so late? Unless, of course, she wants to stay in Syria and not pay rent. And maybe that would be the trade-off. Not being in Canada when she could be for making money. But the trade-off is she gets to stay in Syria a little bit longer and not pay rent. So that's money that she doesn't have to pay. But I agree with you. I think she might be home in the middle of October. Maybe right around payday. We'll see. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty, and she said, and even if we do, you are an evil, lying person using DV for sympathy and to get money. Using poor mental health as an excuse does not excuse your behavior. So what are these screenshots? Oh, looks like there's some comments from people. Judy Blue says, this absolutely does not sound like a separation. This sounds like you guys are going to do a long distance relationship again until you return from Canada. Am I the only one seeing it? Like, WTF? Here's another one from Ashley's World saying, just being honest, there are a lot of women who go through DV. I lost my sister to DV. I'm sorry, Ashley. It is not something to joke about or to lie about to get money. Girl, go get your crap together. So is she talking about DV today? Oh, she better not. I will tear her a new one. I will tear her a new one. That will bring out Spicy Rose if she dares to do that. Bad Seed says, Foodie Beauty, free the chins. So anybody wondering what she might be looking like underneath the abaya? The hijab, what the hijab and the face banks might be hiding? Well, there's a possibility right there. Actually, Foodie's face, if you think about it like symmetrically, if she's got that much weight underneath her chin, that means her entire head is going to look like that, because weight gets evenly distributed. It's not like a small portion here and then a big portion here. It's going to be all the way around. So imagine that throughout the rest of her face and her head. And that would give you more of the entire picture. But yeah, the chins be chinning. Yes, ma'am. Your mom's emotional support, Carrot, says a reminder that Chantal is unhinged. And just a few years ago, created 5 extra Facebook profiles to stalk and contact Natter. Salah, you better put that person on a plane ASAP. Put that big pond behind you. Well, I got questions for Salah. Why he is continuing to let her stay there. I was curious. So before the start of this react, I did a little off camera reading on Salah. Salah really doesn't have a whole lot of prospects right now as far as ways to make money, enough so that he can let Chantal go. Whatever Chantal might be giving him, he's continuing to take it. I kept feeling like there's something that needs to happen. Like there's something unfinished. There's something important that needs to be done, and it requires her money. And that's why he's letting her stay there. He is just holding on to her and holding on to her money, because once Chantal walks out of the room, financially speaking, it's going to be noticed. Right now, he's got the position in his community that he's a big shot. He's a big man on campus. But the moment she leaves and she takes her money with her, he won't be the big man on campus anymore. So he likes the ability to go out and party and be the big man on campus. But when she's gone, he's going to lose that position really quickly. Hence the reason why he's not letting her go right now. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty, not Syria, co-signing Chantal Sorrow shooting Foodie prawn in Daria. So these are the screenshots from her pizza mukbang. Clearly, we know who that content was aimed at. And just so you guys know, giving you guys a bit of a warning, and we will get past this part really quickly. Somewhere in Chantal's live stream, she's got an ice cream and she's simulating a intimate act with the ice cream. And that is something that the feedies would adore. And that's probably why she did that. We're going to get past that part really quickly, though, because that's just gross. T posted this. Canada, no matter where you run, Canada, Kuwait, or the moon, there you are. Nashies. Like your husband said, eat water. Halloween, you don't need a costume. Your life is already won. 2-bed villa, a home fit for streaming, rage eating, and heavy breathing. Scooter, walk beach. Between 2022 and 2025, you've barely clocked 3,000 steps. Car, to drive where? All you do is seal. Unless you're planning on chasing the dishwasher again, don't tease us with good times. Pete's, he's not a pet you can abandon over and over again. Well, that's how she treats Pete's. That's how she treats him. Is like he's an abandoned pet that he can just pick up whenever she wants. Okay, what else we got here? Ooh, Kelly says, dang, they're eating themselves to blank. So here's some side-by-side pictures. But here's the before on the right, and I guess this is the after. Look what a difference. Like you can see in the chin area. Ooh, that's brutal. And then there's Amberlyn Reed. So this was her like a month ago, and this is her now, and she's getting kind of the Chantal stomach situation. My goodness, shocking. Fondue Spiteful Beach says Foodie Beauty, her glorified butler, fetching his wife her comforts. So here we go. There she is with the ice cream and the popcorn. And that's what she was doing. I'm sorry to show that to you, but you needed to see it, like how bad it is. And you can't tell me that wasn't for the feedies. That absolutely is. Also, Chantal gave Salah his wrench back. Fondue Spiteful Beach says she gave Salah his wrench back. Last week he didn't have a wrench. This is all made up. And here's some more screenshots. Here's some more screenshots of that moment where she's using the ice cream in a very inappropriate way. All right, let's cleanse our minds of what we just saw. By let me show you this. Nature and animals. The mother rabbit hides her babies to protect them from danger, takes them out of the hiding place, feeds them, and secures them again. So this is something that wild rabbits do. If they have young, they will put them in a spot. They'll cover the spot with dirt to keep predators out. Then they come back, uncover the hole, bring out the children, let them feed, then secure all the children back so they can go out foraging again so they can have more milk. And this just keeps going until the babies are fully grown. But this is how they protect the babies. Aw. Gabriella Corno says it's the story of a Black Panther, Luna, abandoned by her mother as a newborn. So look at the baby. Look at her. Look at her. And then the panther grew up with a Rottweiler when they were both like when the kitten was a baby and the puppy was a baby. So they grew up like, brother and sister. How gorgeous is that? They're both beautiful. The dog is beautiful. The panther is beautiful. Can you imagine having a panther as a pet? That would be the most awesome thing. Look at that. Panther zoomies. We got panther zoomies. Okay, what else we got here? Now, this is something you've never seen. Nature and animals. Meanwhile, in Nara, Japan, a deer is posted up like security outside of a restaurant. So, well, that's something you don't see every day. The animal is very majestic, but it's like, what advertisement for the restaurant? I mean, that's eye-catching. That might bring some people in just because the deer's like, I ain't going anywhere. Make me get up. I dare you. I got horns. There's all kinds of animal stuff here. I could go on for days with this. I'm just looking for anything else. Aw. Cats for Happiness built this shelter and now it's full of cats. Aw. And it looks like it's insulated too for the outside babies so they can stay warm and dry. What a good idea. Nope. Nature and animals. Let me fix this. So even animals get bothered by things out of place. Look at this owl's like, that feather looks atrocious. Let me fix it for you. I can't take you anywhere, Harry. You're always doing crazy stuff with your feathers. This doesn't look right. Let me fix this outfit for you. If you're going out with me. Debbie's World says she literally has zero rental history. She claimed Salah was paying the rent and bills for 3 years. So Pete was on the lease at the villa and BB was the leaseholder for that property they lived in, and mom co-signed. So basically, she's never been on a lease as the leaseholder. True. Didn't I mention that? Like, what rental history does Foodie Beauty have? She really doesn't have one. For the last several years, every place she's ever lived, somebody else was on the lease. She lived with BB, and then she lived with Pete, and then she lived with Salah. She can't show a recent rental history. And of course, landlords are going to have questions about that. They're going to say, well, where exactly have you been living the last 7, 8 years of your life? I mean, please explain this to us. She's going to have a lot of questions coming her way if they do ask. Okay, what else we got? I think that's it for the Twitter peeps. It didn't take us too terribly long. So let's move on to the live stream itself. And we're going to try to shorten this down a bit. It's 2 hours, but we can zip ahead. It's not important to capture every single second. So I hope you guys enjoy this react, and let's get going.
It was like this big, man. It was.
Oh, she's talking about that doggone spider. I'm sure the spider was more scared of her than she was of it.
I couldn't. Yeah, about a month.
So she's got 30 days. She's giving herself 30 days. And here's what I'm predicting will happen, girl world. Chantal is someone that she lives by the seat of her pants. She's one of those people. She's one of those last minute people. She doesn't do something until the very last minute. So she's going to be calm for the next 2 weeks. There's going to be no freak outs. It's just going to be blah, 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 blah for the next 2 weeks. And then in the final 2 weeks, Before she has to go, she's going to start feeling nervous. She's going to start feeling upset. She might freak out. She might have some episodes of temper tantrums. The clock is ticking. The closer it gets to the time when she has to go, the more she's going to be unstable, the more she's going to be upset, and she's going to take it out on people. Because honestly, she really doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to leave Salah. She doesn't want to leave Syria. Syria has been her nest for a little while now, and she hates to leave the nest. Even if she's uncomfortable, she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to go to Canada or anywhere else and have to do adulting on her own. She's been avoiding it for the longest. So the last week or the last 2 weeks, things might get interesting with her. She's going to be freaking out when she starts thinking about, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? I got to figure this out. Like, her mind's going to be spinning just because she doesn't plan anything.
Do the pins all up in your hijab ever freak you out? Yeah, there's one. Yeah, I know. Look at it. This one is supposed to be more hidden, but yeah, it does freak me out. Hello there. I'm in just a bad mood because I'm like so over the bad internet. I'm so over it. Like, I have to wait a whole month, and I just want to like move. Like, I just want to have my own place.
And when it comes to Chantal, I've noticed something about you over the years, Foodie. Here are my observations. You are someone that when somebody listens to you talk, whatever Foodie says, turn it backwards. Just turn it inside out. And that's where you'll find the truth. If she says something, reverse it, and you'll get the truth out of her. Meaning, like she's saying, I hate it here. I hate the internet. I want to leave. I want to go home. Reverse that. I'm sure she doesn't like the internet. I think she's telling the truth there, but trust me, she doesn't want to leave. She's stalling. She's big time stalling. She is not looking forward to going to Canada or wherever else she might be going. She's putting it off as long as she can. And I honestly think it might come down to Salah might have to get the law involved to get her out of there. The last few places that she's been, she had to basically be forced out. She had to be forced to let go of the men that she was with the exception of Pete's. Bibi had to move his sister in to get Chantal to leave him alone. Nader had to move in with Didi to get her to leave him alone. I mean, she's not someone that she just walks away and lets go easily.
I'm like, oh, get back to better internet so I can do my job. Hey, YouTube lover. I'm in a really bad mood today. No, I'm not returning to Syria.
I don't think she'll be able to. And forgive me for saying this, girl world. Forgive me for saying this. Now, I'm not wishing this for Chantal. It just seems like a possibility. Chantal, I really got to ask you. Do you have a plan of some sort that you are trying to get yourself bedbound over in Syria in the hope that if you're bedbound, that you will not be sent back to Canada? Because you're gaining weight rapidly. You are close to 600 pounds right now. If you stay another 30 days, you might gain another 50 or so pounds, and you might be bedbound. I'm certain that you've got lots and lots of health problems. Is the plan, and I know this is morbid, I'm sorry, girl world, is the plan that either A, that you become bedbound, and the thought is, well, if I'm bedbound, they can't move me, they can't send me home? Because if that is the plan, that's a bad plan, because if it's time for you to go, you got to go. You can't force a country nor a person to keep you. Or is the plan that perhaps maybe you'll pass in Syria? And if you pass in Syria, you won't have to face the consequences waiting for you back in Canada. I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking questions over here like this. Are these your plans? Are either one of these a possibility? I don't know, but it just feels like you're stalling. Like you are so against adulthood. You're so stubborn that I can easily see you with your mental mindset of, I would prefer bedbound in another country rather than go back to my own country and get a cheap motel room and have girl world say, I told you so. I could see you doing that.
That's okay, Saber. It's okay. You don't have to. I think I found a place. So I just really like, you know what? I have a month. I'm going to be picky. Like, I know it's like you have to really kind of beggars can't be. I appreciate it though, Saber. I'll check it out because it might be a good idea. But I don't know. Like, I'm not going to be, I don't want to settle. Like, I want, I have to like stay. This has to be my home for a while. Excuse me. Hey, Kingu. For who knows how long. I want to settle in and like have a place.
Okay, there's something else I want to throw in the ring. So Chantal, she's not just looking for a studio or a one bedroom apartment. She's mentioned looking for places that have 2 or 3 bedrooms. Now, any normal, decent, reasonable person would say to themselves, why would one person need 2 or 3 bedrooms? That doesn't even make sense. Is it because she would like Pete as a roommate? Pete's going on record as saying, I'm not moving in with Chantal until I have a job and I'm been making money. And I think that's smart on his part. But why else would she need 3 freaking bedrooms? I'm going to throw this in the ring real quick. And this may be crazy. I may be wrong. If I am, that's okay. But every reading that I've done on you recently, Foodie, you are still focused on you know who. So I'm wondering if the reason why you want so many doggone bedrooms and the reason why you want a better than nice apartment is because you want you know who to move in with you. And you know how he is. Natter was living with Dee Dee. Dee Dee had a condo. And Natter's like you, he's picky. So if he's living with Dee Dee, or he was living with Dee Dee, I think he's might be over there and he's not, that's why he's not live streaming. Maybe somebody advised him that'd be a bad idea given his circumstances. Uh, he's picky and he's not going to go anywhere that's a step below what he's used to. So if he's gotten used to living in Dee Dee's condo, he wants something of equal value or a step up, like a mansion or something. And I think that's the reason why you're not considering cheaper apartments, because he would never agree to it if the place were of lower value. He wants something nice. He wants the nice life and he wants someone to pay for it. So is that the reason why you're looking at $2,400 luxury apartments? It's not because just of you, but also him too. Uh, let me tell you ahead of time, whatever you might be planning with Natter, it's going to go belly up. Might as well forget that.
Um, Kins. YouTube lover.
Her internet is poopy. Sorry about that.
Hey, Jacqueline. Julia wearing a hijab. You need a hijab. There's a cat named Mustafa across the way who has a crush on her. She should wear a hijab. I gotta make some juice. We have guests. Cherries help? Swag. No.
And there's the call to prayer in the background. Of course, Chantal's not doing anything.
Ray. What do you mean? You need a trustee. Is it your first bankruptcy? I was just popping in for hello. Oh, Brittany. Oh, it's nice to see you. Thank you. Bed and put it like in the living room. Don't you think that would be a better idea? You can't say bees. What about some really nice partitions? I think that would.
Oh,
Oh, stuff
there goes her internet again.
on my teeth. Ew. Bees is a bad word.
You know, there might be another reason why YouTube has a problem with the word bees. Beesing is like a slang term that, if you look it up, it describes something that people could do or have done involving Burt's Bee Balm, like a menthol bee balm, like the stuff you put on your lips, kind of like this. People would take that and don't do this, by the way. Don't do it. They would put this stuff in between their eyeball and their eyelid, and it makes you feel woozy, drunk. So that was like the slang term for that was beesing, Bird's bee balm, beesing. So beesing, describing something that really you shouldn't be doing that might be harmful. I don't know if that's the reason why YouTube banned that word and told her you can't use that anymore, or they just simply picked up on the fact that she was using a code word to get around signaling the feedies for her food content.
YouTube is anti-bees. Yeah, Bobby Joe. Oh, did you, Margie? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that the living room is huge, and who cares like about a living room? Like no, I don't want to have people over ever. So, and by the way, I want a boneless couch. Have you guys seen the boneless couches? Like they're sturdy. They hold up to over 1,000 pounds, and you don't. They're amazing. They look so comfortable.
Chantal, you're talking about all these things you want, but you're not going to pay for anything. Like I said to y'all in the last react, the next 3 weeks or 2 weeks, however long she's going to be in Syria for, it's just going to be rehashed talk of I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I need this, I need that. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to set up my house this way. And if I get these things in my house, I'm going to do this and that with them. I want an exercise ball. This is just her filling up time on YouTube to make that Google AdSense money.
A boneless couch. Look it up. It comes pulled up and then it deflates. I don't know how to explain it. Your room was a converted walk-in closet. No problem with that. New language rule. I know, YouTube lover. Hey, Nubby. Not a beanbag. It's like a sturdy memory foam, I think. Cup noodles juice. Yes, you won't break it.
You'll find a way.
Yeah, Ray. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off so I can go in the kitchen and make some juice for the guests. I know, Gypsy. Blue cheese and celery. Your house was the closet. Get out of here. That's hilarious. Well, you gotta do what you gotta do when you're a broke student. At least you went to college, right? I guess. Where's the glasses? Thanks, Vanna.
1 second. All right, I just stopped to give Booger Queen her food. Let's keep going.
Nice. Get your nose pierced, Katie. I used to have mine. I didn't go live because I was tired. Last seen in Syria, Tahila. Coffee is Bay. Womp womp. Kalisha. Thank you. Hello, Kalisha. Who's gonna make the juice? Not sure. It was a powdered juice I put in here and shake it. Very common here. I have no coffee. We have no coffee left. We had it all. So Salah has to go get coffee. Juice case can make the juice. You're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon in an unstable mental state. I am too, Lena. Apartment hunt is so annoying. That's why when I find a place, I'm not leaving. Like I'm gonna die there. Okay? Salah going bride shopping. Honestly, he needs a bride. He needs a wife. Just shake the damn juice. I'm the homemaker. I was sleeping and he had company this morning. Okay? A relative came to visit. As soon as I wake up, babe, are you able to make tea for us or no? I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yeah, again, I'm sorry, guys. Like her internet was, I don't know where she's at in the house, but it seems like the internet, maybe it's because she was doing it during the daytime and that interacts with the internet in a really bad way, but it was bad today.
It can still be 50-50 without it being the people doing the same things. You know what I mean, Casey? Like, he does do a lot of other things that I wouldn't. Yeah, Anna Loverly. Gender roles are only a problem when people feel forced into them. Yeah. Um, you know,
Corvus says still no apartment. What is wrong with these landlords? I don't think there's anything wrong with the landlords. The landlords are just doing their job of making sure they get good tenants in the building, not problematic ones that'll end up costing them thousands of dollars in back rent not paid and possibly damages. I mean, Chantal's got all of the things going against her that would make it very difficult to find a place to live. Let's go over them all. She has no recent rental history. So, whatever landlord that might be considering her can't call, say, another landlord in a private resident or a company and say, hey, how was this person as a tenant? And get some good feedback on that. No rental history for the past 7-8 years plus. Bankruptcy active on her record, not much money. Her income is very, very spotty. Her bank statements are probably all over the place. And if they happen to see her YouTube channel and they see her begging for money, that's going to give the impression that her finances are not stable. So why would any landlord feel confident with someone like Chantal? They really, really wouldn't. So there's nothing wrong with the landlords. They're doing their job correctly.
what kind of bad things, Lisa? You still have to report those incomes, Ray Ray. Hey, Minna. Yeah, you have to report everything during the bankruptcy. Any money you earn. I have a cold headache.
Yeah, have you been reporting to your bankruptcy trustee all this money that you've been grifting? I'm sure your bankruptcy trustee would be very interested in all the grifting, all the money you've collected on PayPal. I bet they've already been informed. I've heard the bankruptcy trustee isn't due back in Canada and will be active again until maybe the first week of October. If that happens, Chantal, and if people are telling the bankruptcy trustee all about what you've been doing, that might lead to all of your accounts being frozen. We'll see what happens.
I tried traditional roll for a bit until he threw a plate at my head because I didn't make his sandwich right. Oh no. No, yeah, Marilla, they should never be abusive like that. No. Yeah, that's not good. Pink is for girls and blue is for boys. Yeah, that's kind of to move to the Middle East. Yeah, I kind of miss a lot of my stuff. I wish I kept it.
Sheila, she doesn't care about things. She cares about losing people, though. Like Chantal's never cared about losing things because she's always had a decent amount of money. That she's never put much stock in things. Like if she loses the bed, oh well, she'll lose a bed. If she loses the dresser, oh well, she'll buy another one. She's always had that attitude, but losing people, different story. She likes to keep people in her back pocket.
Never. Oh, good, Luke. I'm glad to hear that. Don't landlords want money? I don't blame them for being picky. I get it. Look at my needle. If anything happens to me, it was this. I also don't want to wear makeup, but I also don't want to work. I'm good. I think I'm gonna get a little part-time job when I go back.
Sure, sure you will. You're trying to paint this picture of guys. When I go back to Canada, I'm going to be much more responsible. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to take care of myself. We've heard it before, Chantal, but nothing has ever happened.
Mena, he always had kids.
What?
Beanie, yeah, it's just not gonna work out. Like, I feel he has a lot of pressure.
Hold on a second. Booger sees a mouse. She growling at it. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. I was over here and Booger was in the corner growling at a mouse. He just let me know there was a mouse in the house. I don't know how it got in here. I just got it out. So we're good. We're good to go. Booger's being my guard, making sure that nothing gets in there that ain't supposed to be here. Let's keep going.
To live a traditional life. And I'm far from traditional, and I like it that way. So I'm not conforming any more than I had to. I can't force myself. I can't make a womb I don't have. So and even if I did, I don't want children. 41. I'm unhealthy.
Not to be rude, Chantal, but you can't have kids. And that's just what it is. You can't have children. Although you did make an interesting comment a while ago. I remember you making it. That you mentioned you really wanted to baby trap a man. You just didn't have the ability.
Screaming kids just drive me insane. I don't want that. I would probably have severe postpartum psychosis. No thanks. Oh, Kaylee, I don't know. Nice, Luke. That's awesome.
Kaylee says you'd make a great mom. No, she wouldn't. Being a mom or being a dad is a very, very important job, and it's a great responsibility. It's but the greatest job you can do. My hat goes off to anybody out there who is a parent, whether you're a single parent or in a relationship. Children are so important. and they'll take everything you got. Not in a greedy way, of course, but just you sacrifice so much. It's a lifetime commitment. Chantal doesn't have that kind of soul. She doesn't have that kind of heart to put something before herself, to think of someone other than herself. If she were to become a mom, she'd be the worst mom ever. She would be jealous of her own child, getting more attention than her. She would be very neglectful of her child. More than likely, she would be that kind of mom that would drop the baby off at mom's place and then go party. Like grandma would probably have the baby more than she would.
I don't know, Kingu, maybe 4 hours. I need to get up my views. It's the last of the month. She had a baby at 43. Wow. I mean, you can physically, but I don't feel like mentally I could do it. Yeah, Kalisha, I agree. I don't know, Alec. Scrape. Geriatric pregnancy? That's what it's called? At first, you don't feel yourself trying to change to integrate. You just kind of slowly do it, you know? But people change. Like I'm just really I feel very limited. I feel restless. I feel bored.
And yet you're not doing anything about it. You're feeling this way, and yet you're not coming home as soon as you could. When people are giving you all kinds of suggestions on how to get home faster, you got the money, you can go home, rent an extended stay motel room, fully private, fully furnished, get going. But you don't want to do it.
Don't know, Beanie. I don't take vitamins. I'm gonna do all that when I get to Canada. Really, Shannon? You're probably in better shape than me. Hey, Blazing Banter. Iona, really? Ah, if there's no reason for a hysterectomy and you're young, that they won't just do it. Life feels empty. It does sometimes scrape. Yeah, Lenora, it really sucks. I've learned a lot of hard lessons.
Unfortunately, not. I'm, and again, I'm not saying that hatefully, Chantal. I've been watching you for a while. I haven't really seen evidence that you've learned anything, that you're a wiser person now. You're exactly the same. You don't change. You resist change.
About finances. If we were still in Kuwait, I don't know. Yeah, because even when I was in Kuwait, I would have moments where anytime I went back to Canada, I was going through that time where I was like,
Ooh, her internet's so bad. Oh, what happened?
there was this guy there. He lost a bunch.
Okay, I have to freeze it here. And I'm not being hateful. I'm only showing this screenshot for a reason. Because during this live stream, Chantal talks about having long, luscious hair. And she just pulled the hijab all the way back. Like she's completely bald. And there's nothing wrong with being completely bald. I mean, she could rock the bald if she wants to. But she's also telling a great big lie about having long, luscious hair. But y'all see my hair, right? Like, look at it. I mean, I'm going to stop so you guys can really look at it. This is my hair. I just, got in the shower, washed it this morning. This is my hair. Chantal and I have the same hair type. I have thin, baby fine hair. I hate it. Hate it. Can't do a doggone thing with it. Not enough to put into a bun or anything. But she's talking about, I've got such long hair that I can put it into a bun. With what are you going to put into a bun, Chantal? Anybody that has thin, baby fine hair, put what into a bun, girl? What? I got what I call paintbrush hair. You could even put it into a paintbrush. Look at it. Look. I don't know what happened. When it came to the hairline, I guess I was the last in line. My hair is just like, but we got the same hair type. So if I don't have long, luscious hair, you don't have it, ma'am. You certainly don't have it. No, you don't. No, you do not. Stop lying to people.
Hydroxy cut, but then he gained it all back and he ended up like getting sick. I don't know why. Ice water. Oh yeah. Ozempic made you feel like crap. Yeah, well, I told you it's still a work in progress. There's a whole room of stuff we haven't unpacked, and those things include curtains. So I'll put up the curtains, but there's still a sheer curtain that has to go under these, but I have to wash them. So looks like ginger ale, I know. Claritin. They're just legal speed. Yeah, it can hurt your heart. My grandma had pericarditis because of diet pills she used to take. I know, Ray, right? Well, that's nice, Corvus. I wish I could do something alternative like that. You know? You don't have to do a thing. Oh, Fen, that's what it is, yeah. She ended up getting part of a lawsuit. Was it enough money or... And every time I do that, there's like clumps that come out. And I just want to cry. Like,
She's talking about her supposed hair. I've got so much hair. I've got clumps of hair coming out. No, you don't. Again, I offer up my own hair as Exhibit A. We got the same hair types, Foodie. Ain't no way you get clumps of thick hair. You don't have thick hair to begin with.
Motion loss. So I've been using hair fibers anyways. Traction, alopecia. Prenatal vitamins, really? Gotta let it flow. Cigs and Diet Cokes. Olive oil in your hair? Or a satin cover?
I mean, just so if there are new beezers that are coming over here watching this react, for your information, when Chantal was doing the Crackhead Olympics thing, when she wasn't wearing the hijab, like maybe it's something hereditary in her family. Maybe it's because of her diet. Maybe it's because, after her hysterectomy, she didn't take her hormone replacement therapy or HRTs, but she had bald patches on her head. Hence the reason why she was using the hair fibers. So even if she had long hair, perhaps in some areas, there's going to be bald patches in other areas. Hence the reason why it was a good idea to go bald, and rock the bald. So I don't think she's got long hair, and she's just lying to people.
Folic acid. Traction alopecia. I mean, I have a different kind of alopecia, but also that combined, the traction, it's a disaster.
You are what? Now you're claiming to have alopecia. How can you claim to have alopecia if you've not been diagnosed for that? I don't think you have alopecia, Chantal. You might have some hereditary pattern baldness running in your family. I don't know your family tree or maybe again because of your diet or lack of hormone replacement therapy. I mean, only a doctor would know this, but claiming to have alopecia, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, I need a brush. All I have is a comb. Can be the water. Hey, Lindsay. Philium. I don't know. Weird. No, Puffin, you're not blocked. You are Silence of the Lambs guy. What was his name in the movie? I forget. Oh, Hannibal Lecter. Biotin? Food thought. Okay, page 22. They're so like, probably, they were like,
Okay, you know what? I really don't care for like the hair talk. It's all BS anyway. Let's just go forward and get past it, please. Thank you.
I see your guys' point. I just don't feel like, I don't know. I'm happy for Pete's. What happened with Pete's? No, it's great. Unicity is like, okay. I know people wear cotton clothing and stuff.
See what I mean about her just turning on the camera and running up the meter, talking about nothing? She's doing it now. She's not even on camera. Chantal, I see what you're doing. You got 3 weeks or so, or maybe a month before you allegedly leave. So you're just, running up the meter, trying to get whatever super chats you can, whatever Google AdSense money that you can. And somebody pointed out something to me, a friend of mine, about, what Chantal's doing. For anybody who might be interested. See, I think the reason why the new Beezers, like they keep giving her money, is because the YouTube paycheck thing, it's not so understood, like how that works, how YouTubers get paid. So can I just take a moment right now and explain it? So if you're someone and you have a YouTube channel and you are monetized, how does YouTube pay you? Well, of course, like there's YouTube, which is its own separate entity. And then there's Google AdSense, which is also a separate entity. So YouTube and Google AdSense can be hooked together. YouTube, they tally up the ads and stuff and how much you're supposed to get paid. And then Google AdSense, they're the ones that handle the payment and actually send you the money through, say, direct deposit or check or whatever you sign up for. All YouTubers, when you have your channel, depending on different factors, that determines what's called your RPM. Your RPM is what you get paid per 1,000 views. Everybody's RPM is a different amount. And again, different factors go into your RPM. So you get paid a set amount per 1,000 views. Now, those on Chantal's channel, watching her videos, like she did this live. So I'm just going to throw, I don't know what Chantal's RPM is, right? So currently, this was streamed 5 hours ago. She has 7,387 views. That view count might be higher within the next 12 hours. So 7,387 views. And let's just say Chantal's RPM is $10. So $10 times 7,000 would be about $70. So she'd be making $70 off this live just with the Google AdSense. That's not counting her super chats. That's not counting super thanks. That's not counting stuff that she'd be making on PayPal. So if all she got was 7,387 views on this live, this live would be making just by itself $70, maybe more. So Google AdSense plus this, plus this, plus this. It's also interesting to note that YouTube takes 30% of whatever we YouTubers make right off the top. Everything, memberships, super thanks, Google AdSense, they take 30% right off the top. They get their cut. But she'd be making $70 gross off this live stream. So for anybody who's a beezer, there's a reason why I'm telling you guys this. If you're wondering, how much money does Chantal make? How much money is potentially in her pocket? If she's going to you guys and saying, I'm broke, I'm broke, I'm broke, I need money, then you can go back to her channel and look at all her live streams and kind of tally up in your head and get a rough figure of how much she might potentially be making per live stream, and like just do the math, and you can figure out like how much her paycheck is, and then you can go to her and say, well, it looks like you made this much, so what about all this money? You're asking us for stuff, but what about all this money that you made on YouTube this month? Where is it going? I just throw that out there for y'all, because I think a lot of beezers, a lot of people, the YouTube pay thing is kind of hard to figure out. You know, like it's you really can't gauge how much somebody's making if it's kind of unclear.
I feel like anytime anything with the plant is just like, it has a dark history, so it kind of just reminds me of that.
Oh, look at this. Strawberries and Cream says Pete has job training tonight. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that he was going to job training. Good for him. And I hope that he stays away from Chantal. Because if he gets involved with her again, she's going to drag him right back down.
I'm Native American. I took out a cowboy picture of my hotel room and gave it to the staff. Yeah, I think like people think, okay, many years have gone by, but it's like, you know, people don't feel that way. People like pick and choose what historical events we can still be offended by. Miracle Whip is good on certain things, Crisco. Like it's good on like
oh God, we have an entire conversation about Miracle Whip. Really? Really? Food talk, don't care. Goodbye. Next.
Never use anything scented. Oh, I always do.
And by the way, if Chantal is talking about coming back to Canada for Halloween at the end of the month, wouldn't that mean she's going to be missing Halloween? She'd only be able to, you know, do the decor in the house and stuff for Halloween if she got back early. So you got to pick one, Chantal. Either you're coming back after Halloween or before.
40 years. Wow, MG. Congrats. How did you do it without tearing each other's heads off? No idea, Tahila. If I was a dog, what would I be? I want to be a spoiled little chihuahua so I can yap at people and not have to go for as many walks. Do chihuahuas still have to go for walks like big dogs? I don't know.
What are you doing? What are you?
Buster. English bulldog. You think so? And bite ankles.
We love Buster over here. We love Buster.
Retriever. I'd be a bulldog. We did tear each other up. Walk to the day. You can walk a dog in a scooter. You can go faster in a scooter. The dog needs to walk, not me.
Actually, you both do.
Boston Terrier. They have small bladders. Max just walks around the yard. Nice. I'm doing okay, Ray. How's that creepy doll of yours? African hounds. Yes. I can see it scrape. A fryer hair situation. Some of my hair looks really nice, though.
Sure, Chantal. Sure it does. In your dreams, maybe.
Just the top is shite. Booza. Just booza today. Don't do that. I don't know how to announce milestones.
I can see that I'm going to get through this live stream real fast. She starts to get boring. I'm just going to fast forward through that part. Like we're going to turn a 2-hour live stream into like maybe 45 minutes.
Thanks, Margie. I appreciate it. And diabetic meds are covered in Canada? You just go to a pharmacy and ask for insulin?
See, she's just babbling. We're just filling up the time with babbling. And it's a shame because if she could easily just sit down with her chat, if she's having trouble finding a place or what am I going to do when I get there, like, gather up other people's heads and say, help me figure out a plan about what I'm going to do when I get to Canada. If she can't figure it out herself, just talk with her chat and like get some discussion going about that and that'd be more productive. Oh.
Yeah. But it was a basement and it was just so depressing.
How do you know? You don't even live there.
I'm like, I can't live here.
Why not? A basement would be perfect for you. If you were in a basement, that means you could be as loud as you wanted to be and no one would hear you. You would not disturb the other tenants. Your own little private space, no chance of disturbing anybody else. Perfect.
Yeah, Lyra. French frizzies? Thanks, Night Owl. Right, Christina? I don't want a basement. Had no windows. None.
Why would that bother you? It's not like you look out the windows anyway. What is the point of the windows with you?
I don't know. It's just. Hey, Aunt Janet. I miss being silly. the basement spaghetti. No windows. That's illegal. What do you mean? No way. Oh, it could be damp, yeah. It had like a tiny. Hold on a minute, guys. Just wait. Okay. Okay. Yes, I finished the get booza. I asked the Oh, the internet is really bad here.
You know what's really bad, Chantal? You got that fan way too close to the microphone. Back it up.
Justin Bieber is like, no matter how old he gets, he just
Oh
looks
God,
like
she's talking about celebrities. Nobody's going to your channel to hear you talk about celebrities or recipes or movies, Chantal. Ugh.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I have to buy a bidet here and bring it. Yeah, Crumble changes their menu weekly.
See, she's babbling about food. Oh, I'm glad we missed the part where she was trying to deep throat the ice cream. I'm so glad that I zoomed past that.
Haagen-Dazs is so good but expensive.
I don't want to see her eat. Hurry up, Chantal, put that food in your mouth.
Be any white chunks in it. Sorry, Canada.
I'm sorry. I know I'm zipping past a lot of this, but like Chantal eating, I can't. I just can't. I love y'all. I don't love her eating.
Sainsbury's, have you ever had sleep paralysis? No.
Oh my God, she's still eating.
Well, you know.
Hurry up.
That,
Lord, how long are you going to stuff your face?
come see mom. Come see mom. You want to see mom? Do you love mom?
No.
Come see mom. Come see mom. Should I trick her? Oh, it's 85. Oh, she's going to go eat. But no. Food ain't rubbish. Limp Biscuit? No. I used to. I used to like a lot of music, Michaela. I don't listen to anymore. Otis Toole is a suspect. He admitted it, but Tiny
Okay,
House.
you know what? We've only got what? Let me look. We got like what? 16, half an hour left. She's babbling. She's babbling. Consider this a shorter react today. There's no need to go any further. She's babbling. Boring. I don't want to bore you guys to death. So I hope you have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.